Hey everybody, Michelle with Michelle's for a Living here. Thanks for watching my videos. Today is Saturday, July 13th of 2019, and I want to come on and chat with you guys about my healthy lifestyle that I'm adopting and doing the keto diet, and some challenges I had this week and where I'm at right now. So I did weigh myself earlier in the week, I think on Wednesday. I'm not obsessive about weighing myself. It's about a better measure is how your clothes fit, or if you actually measure, the distance around your belly, you would measure that like right above your hips, or if you measure your thighs and that kind of stuff, and you can keep track of it that way. But it's easy enough to tell when you put on your pants, are they looser? So I think that I can tell because my pants are looser, and I've got a couple of pairs that were tight on me, and like I wore them this week, and I was continually having to like hike them up a little bit because they were like slouching. That's a big sign right there that I knew I had lost some weight. So I kind of wanted to weigh myself just to see. So I'm going to say I'm officially down 13 pounds, but it's kind of hard for me to say how much I've actually lost because I don't know where my peak was, like ultimately how much, because before I had weighed myself initially when I had decided that I was going to start losing weight. I know I was heavier than where I was when I actually weighed myself. So anyways, I'm just calling it 13 pounds now down. Yeah, so I still got a ways to go on losing weight, and I think I have a ways to go on what I actually eat as well, that I still feel like I could eat better, which is okay. Because I can tell that my body is changing and adapting and like accepting the loss of a lot of things. I really have. The one thing I think about the most that I don't eat are potatoes. I had a little challenge earlier this week. I went to JC grocery stores like Kroger, and they'll have like, sometimes they'll have like an area where they have like clearance produce or stuff like that, and they had bags of potatoes. They were like, I don't know, 3 or 5 pound bags of potatoes for 99 cents. And oh my gosh, I stood there and looked at it, and I had to have a moment with myself about those potatoes, because I'm like, 99 cents for all those potatoes, that's a really good deal. I would have bought 2 bags, okay? Because I used to eat potatoes just about every day. The potatoes were like one of the biggest things that I gave up, okay? Yeah, I love potatoes. Any way you make them, I will eat them, especially if they got cheese melted on top of them. So yeah, I stood there. I had a moment to decide that I did not need to eat those potatoes, and I didn't have to buy them. And being the couponer and deal hunter that I am, it just seemed really bad to leave those potatoes behind, but I did not buy the potatoes. So I can't even remember now how long it's been since I've actually had potatoes, okay, in any form. I don't remember. So, which is good, and I don't know, I just there's been opportunity for them. So that was a challenge I had that day earlier in the week. And then I went out to eat twice this week. I wasn't paying. I've been avoiding going out to eat, which, because, well, one, I don't need to, and it's, I take my lunch to work, and, I was with a group of people on both times, and we're going to go out to eat. So we ended up going to Panera, the one, and it's maybe like the 3rd time I've ever been to Panera. I got the Southwest salad, which wasn't the best choice because it had corn on it and then little corn chips, but that is okay in the big scheme of things for me. Because I look at what I eat in, like, what am I eating today, okay? I I said in my video last week, I haven't been tracking what I've been eating, and I don't feel like I need to or use one of those apps to track what I'm eating. I don't need to focus on that. I don't need an app to tell me what to do, okay, and that kind of stuff. But that might work for some people. Like I said before, I'd had a journal and I was actually writing down. So in the big picture, I could look back, and say, I'm still eating too much here, too much fruit, or I'm eating, whatever. The potatoes were still there and stuff like that. And I could look at it, and then and I could make choices on, maybe I need to work on cutting this item out next. So that's what I have been doing. And I've kind of got myself where that's not as important because I'm not eating as much in the big scheme of things. So just in my mind, I'm just keeping track of what I'm eating on a daily basis. So anyways, that's how I'm managing what I'm eating. If I felt like I needed to start doing, tracking my micros or whatever, people talk about, if I get to that point, then yeah, I'll start like getting a little more like serious about tracking exactly what I'm eating. But I'm losing weight, so that's the important part. I'm moving in the right direction. I'm eating like so much better and everything. So anyways, let me talk about the Panera. So I had that salad, and it comes with bread, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't know what I was going to get, but anyways, I did make a choice to eat the bread, most of it anyways, and which it's been so long since I've had any white bread, or bread at all. I mean, I could have not eaten it, right? But I did. Okay, somebody else paid for it, right? So that was one time I went out to eat this week, which wasn't too bad. I did choose not to have, any kind of potato stuff, and other things that I certainly could have had. The other time it was like this home cooking place, just, one-off place. I got the daily special. Now the daily special was country fried chicken, and it had gravy on top of it. Okay, yeah, it would have been better if it didn't have the breading on the chicken, but okay, it was still okay. The other part of the special was mashed potatoes, corn, and green beans in a roll. So I made good choices. I asked her not to give me the roll, which they did not give me the roll, and I swapped out the mashed potatoes and the corn, which she was shocked that I wanted to get rid of both of them. But man, 2 starches right there. I had coleslaw and cottage cheese, because the broccoli, I guess I could have ordered broccoli. They had broccoli with cheese sauce on it, which I'm sure was that gross stuff that really isn't cheese. So, but anyways, but I had the green beans. But then when I was eating the coleslaw, they sugar the coleslaw. And I tell you what, normally coleslaw, I don't notice that it has sugar in it. And when I make coleslaw, I never put sugar in it. But they definitely put sugar in it. And I think I have gotten off of the sugar so long now that just some sugar in there really made a difference in the way that coleslaw tastes. It was good coleslaw, but it had too much sugar in it, right? Okay, now I know. Don't get the coleslaw, really. Okay, but anyways, those were a couple of challenges I had this week, which I think I handled okay. Other positive things that happened this week. My man took salad to work with him every day. I had them pre-made and ready in the refrigerator, so he could just grab it and go in the morning, and he didn't have to think about taking snack crackers and junk food with him to eat for lunch. So I'm affecting him some, although he's still very much addicted to sugar. So I have to work on that some more. And let's see. What else? Oh, I know. I've been telling people now that because I've been ending up in these situations where I have to make choices about food and stuff. So I talk to people about what I'm doing, and I think that helps a lot that I can explain to them what I'm doing, whether they're going to adopt the lifestyle or not. I mean, I'm not out to change any of their behavior per se. I guess maybe deep down I'd like to see other people cut out the junk food, but but it helps me reinforce in my own mind what is going on and how I'm living my lifestyle. And sometimes I'm talking about stuff, I'm like, yeah, okay, I did eat the bread, and I shouldn't have ate that bread, but it happened. So anyways, one time I was talking to somebody, and I was explaining to him all these things that I had given up, okay? And he's like, yeah, I eat that, I eat that, I eat that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not eating them no more. And he said, what do you eat? And that's where I was like 2 months ago. When I decided to do this, and I was going to start cutting out and not have cereal and not have yogurt and fruit for breakfast or granola bars for breakfast. I didn't know what I was going to eat for breakfast. Okay. So what I was eating was 2 eggs and cheese, fried eggs with cheese on them, and bacon sometimes. Or still having some Greek yogurt with some fruit on it. But I haven't had breakfast all week, and I've been having lunch, usually between 1 and 2 or sometime in there, and then I have dinner, and dinner runs anywhere. It could be 6:30 to 9 o'clock at night is when I eat dinner. And the other fabulous thing that I really realized this week also, on top of doing 2 meals a day, is that I haven't been snacking, and I haven't had any desire this last week to snack. It's really interesting, actually, because I'm not even thinking about food like I used to think about food all the time, and that is such a big difference. I just really feel like, man, these last 3 weeks have just really like been such a change, and I'm just seeing like the significant way that I'm feeling. And also this week I noticed, I was like, my skin feels different. Okay. I don't know. So maybe I'm just imagining it, but I don't know. I think it's like, I just can't even say. I don't know what it is. So it feels better. So yeah, I just wanted to share, some challenges I went through and everything like that. I don't know. Anyways, it's keto isn't as difficult, realistically, it's just eating a healthy food is what it is. I guess if you technically want to be full on keto, yeah, it gets really specific, but I'm eating when I want. And I have to say, even though I'm eating lunch and dinner, two meals a day, I'm not eating as much, but at lunchtime, sometimes I'm still not hungry. But if I don't take my lunch then, like, I know I'd be like really ravenously starving by the time I eat dinner. Okay. So I go ahead and eat it knowing that I hadn't eaten breakfast and whatever. I don't know. I might switch myself. I don't know. Sometimes, some days, I don't know. I might try eating breakfast and not having as much for lunch. Just so that I'm not doing that, I don't know. I think the long periods of fasting there between dinner and by the time I eat lunch is what's really helping. And so, like, for right now, maybe, do this for maybe another week and see. And then, I don't know. I don't, it's working. That's what I know. Because like I said, my pants, they're looser. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's all for today. Yeah, thanks for watching.